Hello, my dear students. In this session, we are going to learn about the further basis of classification, that is segmentation and the basis of classification. The last video we have stopped with the what are the three kinds of coelom in a organism. So what were the three types of coelom? We have studied in the last video. We have learned three types of coelomates, that is three types of animals having the body cavity between the gut wall and the body wall. So coelomates we understood, then acoelomates also understood. Now pseudocoelomates we are yet to understand. Now let me draw the diagram of this showing the structure of coelomate, pseudocoelomate and acoelomate. So generally we are telling that there is a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall. Okay, so this is the body wall which is filled with the cells. Okay, then inside it will have the, this is the structure. Here let us fill with the cells. Okay, in these regions, let us start here. This is the outermost layer having the cells. Cells, the outermost cells, that is cells present under lining the body wall. Next, this is the cells which fills the again cells you can draw here also. Then like this it continues, so you can fill the space with the cells here. Okay, you can use the different colors here also. Fine. So here you can see there is a cavity is present, this region. Okay, the region between this. So this is the coelom. So this is a body wall, this is a gut wall. Between these two regions there is a space which is not filled with any cells. So that free space is the coelom. So the animals possessing that coelom kind of structure, those animals are categorized as coelomates. Then next about the which kind we have understood, acoelomates. That means coelom is opposite in this case. So what you have to draw here the space which was not filled with any cells, there you have to fill the cells. So here actually this is a body wall filled with the cells. Then next it is lined by another types of cells. So actually this space, this region was empty in the first case, right? It was free here. It was not filled. But in this case, okay, where the body cavity is absent, that region is filled with the cells. That means there is no free cavity, free space is not there. So that region is, that type of organisms which do not have that body cavity between the gut wall and the body wall, those animals are called as acoelomates. So here there is no body cavity, so it is referred as acoelomates. So coelom is absent here. Okay, so this is acoelomates. Next, pseudocoelomates. Pseudocoelomates means, I told you there is a false. Pseudo means which means false. So in this region, okay, in the region so I'm drawing only here, okay, now, because the same structure here also you have to draw the cells. You must draw properly without keeping any blank space. Okay, now here also the same will be followed here also. Here, instead of this body cavity, here we have filled with the cells, right? So here, instead of that cells, there will be a scattered pouches like structures can be seen. Okay, there will be scattered pouches are seen in between the ectoderm and endoderm. Not in that body wall and the gut wall. So that scattered pouches, in which group of organisms these scattered pouches are present in that cavity, those animals are categorized as, they are called as pseudo means false coelomates. It is not a true coelom. Okay, they don't have, either they don't have the free space, they are not filled with the proper cells. There will be scattered pouches like these structures are found. Then that's why it is named as pseudocoelomates. Example for this is Ascaris. Have you heard of Ascaris? Aschelminthes. Its technical scientific name is it is Aschelminthes. The phylum is called as Aschelminthes, which include Ascaris, the worm. Okay, worm which present in the intestine and which affects, causes diarrhea, all those. So anemia like that. So this group of animals have a pseudocoelom kind of body cavity. Now come to the next basis of classification. So what is that? Segmentation. So criteria, the basis for the classification of the various type of animals on our earth was levels of organization. Then we understood about their symmetry. Then we understood about their diploblastic or triploblastic organization. Then also nature of coelom we understood. Now next is based on their segmentation. So what is segmentation means? You might have seen the earthworm and all. Have you seen the earthworm? Earthworm you might have seen. If you have not seen, you can collect the earthworm in a moist soil where it has a rich humus in the humus presence is there. In the humus means which little bit having the fertility will be rich, where it has a moist as well as dead decaying leaves are more in that regions. We could see the earthworm. So in case of earthworm, if you closely observe, you can see the segments are there. Okay, segments are there even in other animals also. Even arthropods also will show the segments, but this segmentation is different because this segmentation is done in the serial repetition of the same units. Like if you internal segmentation is there, external segmentation also there. Some of the body will have arthropods. For example, if you take the centipede, millipede and all, you may think that it has that segmentation, but that segmentation is not from inside. Okay, here this segmentation means in some animals, okay, body is divided into segments. Body is divided into segments. Suppose this is the earthworm, right? In the earthworm, you can see segments. like these segments are there on the earthworm. So that segments which is both internally and externally with the serial repetition of some organs. Okay, so in some animals, body is divided into segments. Body is divided into segments, both internally and externally. That is most important. Segmentation you can see in another group, other group also. But this segmentation, it is internally as well as externally with a serial repetition of at least some organs. Those organs which are found in this segment can be seen in this also, like that. At least some repetition of those organs which has to be there with some segments. So that is the segmentation meaning. So segmentation means that in some animals the body is divided into segments both internally and externally with the serial repetition. You know the serials, right? The serials you used to watch, and some of them got fed up with the same thing they repeating, right? So likewise, so serial repetition of the at least of some organs, we call it as earth. It is called as segmentation. Example is earthworm. Then metamerism. That phenomenon is termed as metamerism. This means that the phenomenon in which body divided into series of body segments. Okay, body is divided into series of body segments which are fundamentally similar in structure. I said here, the segments what can see here, that segment will be similarly repeated here also. Maybe it has some structures like this on its body, on ventral side. Here also it will have that structure. So that phenomenon is called as metamerism. And that units we call it as metameres or somites. That each segments, it is technically termed as metameres, or it is also termed as somites or metameres. This is a segmentation. So by this we have completed the introduction, a basic part in the animal kingdom. Now we are going to study about the animal kingdom, about the each phylum in detail. Each phylum we are going to study detail. Yes, now one more thing is remaining. Yes, we have not discussed that notochord. The presence or absence of notochord also one of the criteria for classifying the animals. So notochord, you obviously all of you will be knowing it. Notochord which runs on the dorsal side of the body. Okay, what is a notochord? Notochord is derived from the mesoderm. Remember that. From which germinal layers the notochord will be derived? That is from mesoderm. We said external ectoderm, internal endoderm, and middle mesoderm. The notochord is origin from this mesodermic layer. So origin it is from which layer? It is from mesoderm layer. Then location, that means where it is located on the dorsal side of the body. Notochord is present on the dorsal side of the body, and it is how the structure is. It is looks like a rod-like structure. The notochord is like a rod-like structure. Then where it is formed? It is formed on the dorsal side. So animals having this notochord, they are called as vertebrates. They are called as those animals which have this notochord. They are called as chordates. Chordates means animals having, I am not writing completely, okay. Animals having the notochord, they are called as chordates. The animals having the notochord, they are called as chordates. And those animals which do not form this structure is called as non-chordates. Non-chordates means the animals which do not have this notochord. So animals without the notochord, that means in which the notochord is absent, or otherwise you can also, without notochord will not give a proper meaning. So let us write animals without the notochord. They are called as non-chordates. So non-chordates, you know that I just now shown with the chart from Porifera to Echinoderma, Dermata, all are non-chordates. Okay, that is phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Arthropoda, phylum then Annelida, then phylum Mollusca, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Echinodermata. From Porifera to Echinodermata, all are non-chordates. Then what is remaining this side? That is chordates are, which are the chordates? This starts with fishes, amphibians, okay, then reptiles and mammals. This group are called as chordates. So basic thing we have studied, what you have learnt in your class, in your earlier class itself. Okay, just to take your textbook, page number 49. Just there is a broad classification of kingdom Animalia based on their common fundamental features is given in your textbook. So you can see kingdom Animalia, which is multicellular, right? It is a multicellular. Animals all are multicellular organisms. It is based on, first basis of classification is levels of organization. Cellular level, tissue level. Among the cellular, only one phylum is there, which belongs to cellular level of organization. It is only the phylum Porifera. Then remaining all under tissue level. Then symmetry. Radial symmetry, it is found in Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Then come to the bilateral symmetry. So if the Coelenterata is it is already occupied, then what is remaining from Platyhelminthes up to the last one, Mammalia, all are having the bilateral symmetry. And again, those having the body cavity. So which having the body cavity? So without the body cavity, it is the first one, Platyhelminthes. Next, when comes to the false coelom, it is Aschelminthes will not have the true coelom. So it is pseudocoelomates. With the true coelom, it is Annelida, Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca. Then next one, what is the next one? Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. So these groups of animals will have true coelom. Okay, so this chart you have to draw in your notebook also. While you are sending the notes, this picture classification of animals should be also included. Okay, and particularly about the, just want to tell about the your assignment. Some of the students are submitting irregularly and few students are not at all turning into this work. Okay, so it is compulsory that everyone has to follow the rules of the institution, and what is said in the class, it is for your benefit we are doing, right? So without your participation or without your hard work, this won't be achieved, result won't be achieved. So to get better result, as well as to make your time effectively, do the work on time, submit it on time, and be sincere in your work. Okay, so every time if escapism won't affect you or will not help you at all. So all the students take it seriously. I could see many of the students have not at all submitted the assignment so far, and that is will be considered seriously, and we are updating your work in our register too. So it is for you must follow it and submit your assignments along with the notes with the neat work, and complete it. And if you are if you are finding difficult to take down during the class hours, you can also see the textbook of also read the textbook and fill all the notes, because in NCERT all the points are very important. Each and every sentence of the textbook is important for 1 mark and all. It is usually they used to ask from any corner of the textbook. So that's why thorough reading of the textbook is very important. So in today's class, we have understood the basis of classification and we completed the basis of classification. So in the next video, we will start to learn from the phylum Porifera. Okay, so phylum Porifera, you know that it includes sponges. So from the sponges, we will start to learn each of the kingdom. So all of you watch the video with full concentration and full dedication and use your time effectively. Keep learning. Thank you.